All right, guys, back at you here with Amazon and AMZY, some of you guys' favorites or favorite. Okay, what did Amazon do? And don't forget, peoples, August 1st, Thursday, after the market close, they announce their earnings. I think the conference call then will be the next morning, but we'll see how they do in the earnings and what the after hour market reaction is. Because that really is going to tell the story here, especially with Amazon. I have a feeling they can beat their number. I just hope the guidance the next day doesn't cause them to go down much. Uh, assuming that they guide lower. Maybe they won't. Maybe they won't beat. It's just my gut says they're going to beat. Okay. So let's take a look. So no trades, no, well, they got 50,000 shares additionally bought, but they did not utilize that money. And I sort of understand at this point. Let me at least put that number in because as I said that, I knew I forgot it. This was 8575. So 0.58, not a whole lot, right? Well, this number I had already changed. How did it revert back? Strange things happen sometimes on these sheets, I'll tell you. Okay, so on July, we added 50,000 shares. They didn't put that money to use, so no trades were done. Nothing was closed out, nothing was added to. We're just calmly awaiting the earnings. Well, where do we stand? So we were down here and down there. Both of those were down small percentages. And where we stand, we're way up 7% and 8.69, but little does, in a normal time, I'd say basically we've won the weeklies. So, we're that far away. But let me show you something interesting. We go over to holding. So here we are, almost 7.5, and then clearly 8.5, approaching 9 for the laddering, right? You got a half here and then the other. You really got a third here and 2/3 here, right? And look at what they're still holding on to for a premium. 3 trading days to go, right? And let's look at holding. We are essentially even. We're 16.91% on the smaller guy at 195, but the big guy, we're 15% underneath. We collected 835 and we'd have to pay. Now, I'm sure these were done they were laddered, not laddered in the strike price, but we put them on different dates. Yeah, look at this, 197.5, 197.5, and even up here, right? I don't count anything that's not orange now. Obviously the 726 that have all expired, all been bought back. But you notice way back here on 717, we got 98 cents. So that's a one that's kind of hurting us. That was 4,000. Then we came along and did a 125 and we got $1.54. Then we did 2,000, got $1.83 because the stock had come down, right? So this is a guy that's kind of causing us to be a little bit behind. So when we're over here, we see that in the holdings, right? This guy, we'd have to pay more than what we collected. But listen, there's no rationale. We're trading at 181. The rationale is they know earning is there, so the market makers are keeping the money up, right? There's absolutely no intrinsic. They're not in the money. They're $16 below the money, which is a substantial percentage for 3 trading days. But it just goes to show you how the markets work, right? They don't like to give up that little bit of money, not with earnings. If this wasn't earnings, I'd say this would be 60 cents probably. But with earnings out there, they're not about to let that premium die down, that theta. Okay, so 245 and 246, how about that, kiddos? Not too bad, not too shabby. All right, so on our synthetic, because who cares what cash bucket it's in? I didn't even, I updated it in this July tab, but I did not do it in holdings, right? So all that's accurate. We got a plus 1,070,000, which you'd expect because we got 50,000 shares. And you can see here we took some of the money and moved it in other places, right? Look at this. This first title government money market. We went from 4.6 to almost 14 million. So that we just move money around to collect the appropriate treasuries and money market and government money market monies. So when we're setting here, what's the synthetic? Well, we're still moving down. So we now, but pretty consistent, we have a 17.1. But look at this. Just look how steady. I mean, it's varied between 17, 16, 15, 17. You know, your Amazon, when you're not around earnings, is a steady, steady stock. I mean, if you look at a chart, it's just been a steady, steady grower. They do a lot of things right. AWS is fabulous. You know, they're by far the largest online retailer. I don't have to tell you guys that. Anybody that's a consumer knows that. Their ad revenue has been growing hugely on the site. Matter of fact, a lot of small businesses, they have a love-hate relationship. They wish Amazon wasn't there so they could sell their products direct, but on the other hand, they have to kowtow to Amazon because it is such a marketplace. The only real competition for the most part, well, Walmart does have a .com. I've bought a few things on Walmart.com. eBay, I think, clearly does. But even that, everything pales to Amazon, their Prime memberships, all the things that they're doing. Okay, guys, I'm not going to belabor all that. So let me jump in, make sure I covered everything in the holdings. Yeah, I did. And let's go. What I was saying earlier is I didn't update this. The buckets. This is updated so that the prices match. But don't somebody send me a message like somebody did one time. Hey, you had a total, but they don't add up to that total. They were absolutely correct, right? But I was like, wow, you must be in accounting for you to watch the video and see that they didn't add up. You would have had to have added them up, right? So now I'm telling you if I didn't bother to do it. Okay. So let's go over here to payouts and this is pretty good. So we're up to 70 cents in the piggy bank. Again, I said this yesterday. I don't have enough experience with the fund manager in Amazon to know that they'll pay 100%. And I don't know what the carry forward is. I do know what they paid last month, but since I wasn't doing the accounting and keeping track of it, I really don't know. Okay. But I also, when you guys remember, anybody that remembers Ybit, they collected like $7. I said, hey, they could pay 250 plus. They paid like $1.37. Why? Because they had a huge loss on their synthetic. They were writing it in a way that they were collecting all this money way above the strike price that they were at. So anyway, on our weeklies, you know, we really, oh, I forgot to do that for you guys. I promised you. Okay. So yeah, I did it, but look at this. $1.98, $1.47, and there's 16, this one's 14 and this one's 16 above with 3 trading days. But it's all because of the earnings. Like I said, these would be in some of the funds, these would be 30 cents, 70 cents, but it's all about earnings being in there. Okay, so back to payouts and wrap up. So we're losing now 17 million, but that can be made up if they went by earnings and blew one of the weeklies up. Like if they, well, I don't think they're going to blow them up. They can go all the way up to 195 from 181, and it doesn't hurt us. And even if they went to 197, it doesn't hurt 2/3 of the contracts. And it only hurts this guy a little bit, the 195 captured. So having said all that, that would really bail our synthetic out. So I got to tell you guys again, I'm going to do a final this weekend on everything. But our price is not 2020. Our price on AMZY is 2045. That's because this needs to be like, yeah, there we go. So I'm saying, I mean, you got to collect it. Well, you don't have to collect it before you pay it, but typically you do. The easiest way to get it. I still think the payout is going to be somewhere between 68 and 80 cents. And we'll see what they get for weekly calls next week, and let's see how they finish out with earnings. If they can get this 17 knocked off but not go by their weeklies, then we're really setting pretty well to get up maybe an 80-cent payout, but just maintaining it's an excellent yield on an absolutely excellent company. Okay, guys, that's what I got for you. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Look, it's for fun and entertainment. I hope you were entertained. And I didn't even say RIGHT on this video, I don't think, but somebody tell me if I did because I was catching myself on the other ones. Okay, guys, have a great day ahead. Bye for now.